It's now common knowledge that Sergio Aguero is nearing the exit doors at the Ettihad and will be joining a new side this summer. Manchester City have 2 games left in the season that include a Champions League final, but has their legendary striker already played his last game? Arsenal might not be able to hold on to Martin Odegaard and are set to make a move on a player who won Norwich City promotion this season. Mbappes recently won the Coupe de France with Paris Saint-Germain, but the Frenchman's future remains unresolved. Chelsea have a dearth of talent in midfield, but Thomas Tuchel apparently wants to raid Barcelona for one of their more experienced midfielders. So, we've got loads to discuss on today's show, so sit tight, subscribe, and gear up for your daily dose of all things football. Don't be fooled by Kane lap of honour. Harry Kane appeared to get all emotional as he applauded Spurs fans who were present for the first time all season. And while Tottenham lost the game 2-1 to Aston Villa, the club's interim manager Ryan Mason claims that the striker's lap of honour shouldn't be treated as a sign that the 27-year-old is leaving the club. Much has been said about Harry Kane's future at Tottenham as the North London Giants' wait for a major title continues following another barren campaign. On top of that, Tottenham are also out of contention for a place in the Champions League next season, and Kane would understandably want to seek a move where he can play and fight for top honours. According to widespread rumours, Kane has requested a move away from the club, but there are plenty of doubts as to whether he can actually get his wish granted. Daniel Levy is definitely going to demand a huge fee for his star player, but the striker's scoring record makes him one of the most valuable players on the planet. It's understood that the striker would prefer to stay in England, further narrowing down the list of clubs that he could theoretically join. Manchester City, Manchester United, and Chelsea are potentially viable destinations, but whether any of these clubs will make a bid, let alone one that Levy finds acceptable, is an open question. Arteta sad at Luiz's departure. It's official, David Luiz is set to leave Arsenal at the end of the season after deciding not to stay longer at the Emirates. The Brazil international signed for the Gunners from Chelsea as a free agent a couple of years ago, and while his performances at times have been a bit questionable, Mikel Arteta appreciates all that the veteran centre-back has done for the club. Indeed, Luiz's presence as a senior player must have helped the younger players in the dressing room, and Arteta says that he's going to miss not having the 34-year-old around. Paying tribute to Luiz, Arteta said he's a player who's won everything in football and has earned every right to do so through who he is as a player and as a person. I had the privilege to work with him for 18 months. I really enjoyed it. I think we got on really good. I think we had some great moments together. He's been really helpful, someone who we really like and appreciate so much. So I say thank you to him and wish him the best of luck in his next chapter, because I'm sure, knowing David, that he will have many more to come as a player and in the future somehow related to the game. And now that Luiz is set to leave, there is a high likelihood of young William Saliba getting more game time. The Frenchman is yet to make a competitive appearance for the team since joining them from Saint-Etienne in 2019, and Arteta has not really shown a lot of faith in the 20-year-old yet. Another Arsenal departure. Joe Willock joined Newcastle United on loan from Arsenal midway through the current campaign, and the youngster has done quite an amazing job for Steve Bruce's side. Indeed, the 21-year-old's goals have kept the Magpies in the Premier League. On top of that, he's also become the youngest player in league history to score in 6 straight games. While discussing his future on BBC Sport, the youngster said that he's made a great connection with the fans of the club and hinted at a possible stay in Tyneside. I am not sure. I need to have a conversation and see what the best move for me is. I have made friends for life and made a really big connection with the fans. It is one of my options and I'm going to consider it. Willock has been in fine form for Steve Bruce's side, so it's no surprise that he wants to retain the player's services. Arsenal Plan B. Heaven knows how bad Arsenal needs a creative element within their ranks. They have some really talented players in the squad, but things just never seem to work out for them. They've missed out on Champions League football again, and the Europa League also remains a tough ask. And then there's the Martin Odegaard issue. The Norwegian joined Mikel Arteta's side from Real Madrid on a loan deal, but the Gunners don't have the budget to make the move permanent. If the youngster leaves for good, Arsenal would be short on creativity. But worry not, ye Gunners faithful. Your boy Edu has the right alternative in mind in the shape of Emiliano Buendia, who made a mockery of the English Championship this season. The Argentine playmaker has been linked with Arsenal in the past, and his performances at Carrow Road have not gone unnoticed. Arsenal are yet to make an official offer for Buendia, but he's moved to the top of their list of playmaker targets as discussions inside the club ramp up ahead of the summer transfer window. Arsenal have struggled to break down teams this season, and Buendia, who's been named the Championship's Player of the Season, can really make a difference due to his excellent range of passing and ability to hold his own in the final third. The 24-year-old has created more big chances than anyone in the Championship and did well for Norwich last time when they were in the Premier League. A fee in the region of £40 million is being quoted, and we advise the Gunners to pay up for a player who might make all of their dreams come true. Chelsea eyeing another midfielder. So we heard that Chelsea are looking into the possibility of signing Miralem Pjanic from Barcelona. The Bosnian has barely been used by Ronald Koeman this season, and Thomas Tuchel is eager to snap him up, given his ability to hold his own as a deep-lying playmaker. But do Chelsea really need another midfielder, given the fact that they already have enough options? Mbappe remains coy. Kylian Mbappe's unwillingness to make a decision about his future must really be getting on the nerves of PSG, and the fans will be worried too. The French forward has been hotly linked with a move away from Parc des Princes and scored the team's second goal of the night in their Coupe de France win over AS Monaco. And while Neymar ended up extending his contract with the Parisians earlier this month, Mbappe's delayed talks and never given a straight answer every time he's asked about his future. A move to Spain or England has been mooted for some time, but Mbappe has once again failed to give a clear-cut response when asked about his future. "You have to enjoy the title, that's the most important thing," said Mbappe to France 2 when asked about next year. "Look at all the people who are happy. This is the most important thing, and I am the first happy guy. We work every day to have this type of emotion, reward and recognition. It's the work of a whole group, a whole staff who work every day for us, for the club, and of course the supporters who could not be there. We think about them a lot, and this title is for them. When you play for Paris Saint-Germain, one of the best clubs in the world, the biggest club in the country, every title counts to go down in history. Plus, it's a young club. We want to be part of this history, and it's a great stage today." PSG players really want Mbappe to extend his contract, as they believe that the club is onto something. Of course, they've failed to win the Champions League, but at the end of the day, how many clubs out there are willing to heavily invest in dominating all the football realms? Real Madrid might be a dream move for Mbappe, but in all honesty, we don't see Mbappe winning a lot with Los Blancos in the coming years due to their financial issues. The same can be said of Barcelona. Manchester City could be a great option, but will Pep Guardiola make that move? What do you lot think? Has Aguero played his last game for City? The last time we saw Sergio Aguero play for Manchester City was when he tried to go for a glorious Panenka only to see it saved by the Chelsea goalkeeper. The Argentine legend has given City a lot of unforgettable moments, but this one wasn't, and it actually cost his team 3 points. Pep Guardiola was absolutely furious by his players' casual approach, and we haven't seen Aguero on the field since then. The 32-year-old was mocked online for his moment of madness, and it will be truly heartbreaking if that was Aguero's last contribution to City's cause. The former Atletico Madrid man is heading towards free agency this summer, and while he still has a few years of top-flight football left in him, the purist in us wants to see the striker amaze fans once again before he rides off into the sunset. City's last game of the league will be against Everton on May 23rd, and then Pep Guardiola's men will get ready to take on Chelsea in the final of the Champions League. But if you see how Guardiola lines up most of his teams, we suspect that Aguero might not be used in both encounters. The Everton game is a dead rubber, but just like in the game against Brighton, he might deploy Ferran Torres as a false 9, which means that Aguero might have already played his last Premier League game. He will get a winner's medal, but that will be a mere consolation. It's highly unlikely that Guardiola would give Aguero a chance to participate in the Champions League final even if his team is winning the game. The Spanish coach is not one for sentiments, so it's likely that the veteran striker would just watch the team make history. What Aguero has achieved with City will never be forgotten. In fact, his goals in the last 10-odd years are the reason why City are where they are. Sadly though, Champions League might not be his crowning moment even if the team does go on to lift the trophy. Do you think that Guardiola is being a bit harsh on a player who's given his club so much? Wouldn't it be nice to see him on the field one last time before he leaves? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.